And a good Monday morning to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. It represents 802 Toyota Twin Cities Subaru and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Looking at the thickening clouds and, of course, precipitation incoming. We're looking at, in general, the snow showers and flurries earlier on this morning are in the process of falling apart. There's still a couple of patches upstream that may move through northern areas. But the main area to watch here is now off to our west. It's this particular area here, which is going to be arriving with this leading edge and moving into Vermont roughly somewhere between 1 and about 2:30. And once it starts to get in here, we're looking at some light snow to accrue. And that's going to continue to fall into the night, especially northern and western areas. A mixed precipitation across sort of areas from Rutland, Addison, southern Addison County, sort of northeast into Caledonia County, and points south. Let's take a look at the computer modeling. Taking a look at the overview real quickly here, we can see a little bit of snow and maybe just a touch of a little bit of sprinkles or light rain showers down in the far southern parts of Vermont. That's going to be moving on out and drying up. And then here comes the more significant snowfall. Now this is valid about 4 o'clock, up to 4 o'clock this late part of the day. And we get into the evening hours. Some moderate snow is going to overspread the region, and also note that this is sleet in some areas of freezing rain. And you can watch the pivot point and how this develops as an area of low pressure pushes into the region. It's going to force most of the precipitation across northern parts of Vermont. The areas that see the most persistent snow is going to be up in the Champlain Valley, the northern Green Mountains. A lot of places are going to see lighter snow at this point in time, and this is valid about 1 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. And you can see little areas, some elements of freezing rain, some rain with more marginal temperatures off to the south. And then we get into a little bit more of a surge, and this is valid roughly about 7 o'clock in the morning. So tomorrow morning's commute is going to have some snow on the ground, some sleet, and some freezing rain glazing covering that. And this, meanwhile, up here in the northwestern corner of the state, Champlain Valley across into Orleans County is going to see all snow. And that snow then bodily more significantly swings on through the region by between 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning, and then it begins to scatter out in more lighter flurry action, and by the time we get into about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's really in the process of finishing up. But as usual, there'll be some lake effect flurries and whatnot moving on through. This is valid tomorrow, Wednesday morning, the following day, and then that moves on out and we dry out. We're going to take you to a little more of a zoomed-in look here. This is snowfall only, and it dries out this late morning. And then the main batch begins to move in during this afternoon. This is the European model. And you can see the amounts per hour falling across the state of Vermont with little healthier amounts here as we get into Rutland County as of 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we'll see some snow coating, and then what we see is about 5/10 of an inch. This is valid about 7 o'clock this evening, 8, 9, 10. And then you can see the pivot taking place as that area of low pressure passes through the region. The northern western areas of Vermont continue to see snowfall. Areas further off to the south get a mix, and even a little bit of a lull kind of works on through. And then the snow begins to pull back and move across the region. This is valid, for example, at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, Tuesday. And then the more moderate snowfall begins to pull away, begins to scatter out as just some very light flurries and a little more than a dusting after we get into the late part of the day and into the evening hours tomorrow. And there'll also be some breaks in the clouds, some sunshine just before the sun sets as it looks right now. This is valid about 4 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. And then that kind of pulls away, a little bit of flurry action during the overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And the storm pretty much dries up and finishes at that point, with lots of sunshine on Wednesday, but very cold weather. So taking a look at glazing, this is valid at 4 o'clock today, Monday. Keep your eyes on this areas around the central and southern counties. You start to see a little bit of glazing taking place. This is valid at 23Z. That would be 6 o'clock this evening. That's 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening, 11, that's 12 midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and so forth. This is accumulated glazing. So we're talking really just minutia amounts here, but it will affect travel. And so we're looking at some snow, some sleet, and then some glazing on top of that. into tomorrow morning. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.